you're watching the show live, I want you to keep the show open, but I want you to open another tab. That would be like Command T. And I want you to go to texasfootball.com/helmets.
Yeah, baby.
texasfootball.com/helmets. This is the Texas high school football helmet database. And Max, this has been your baby.
Yep.
So I'll just let you take it away.
Well, I'm going to start. This is actually, it starts with.
It's not your baby, but
well,
it's your adopted
it's not
baby.
my baby. It's my adopted baby. I'm going to start with this actually, as usual, starts with a Greg Tepper shout-out. In that you were like, Texas Bob is awesome. Everyone likes Texas Bob. We should have a partnership with Texas Bob so that people can go to his site and look at the stadiums and then go to our site and go back and forth, and we'll just all be connected. It'll be a little ecosystem, right? And I thought, hey, remember the Texas High School Football Helmet Project? Because that was the coolest thing ever. Like this guy, Matt Davenport, had created this site for years where you could just get like the latest helmet for whatever team to use in graphics or anything like that. You would see them everywhere. It'd be, you'd be in newspapers, at the state championships, on the video boards and the programs. If you were a Texas high school football nerd, we all are, it was a site that you went to all the time. It was like that was, and you still see those helmets everywhere. Yeah. And he had to shut the site down because it was just too much work, and he wasn't making really enough money to justify it. And
yeah, by the way, these helmets were basically, they were free to everybody.
Yeah.
Like it was, he wasn't making. I think he was selling a little bit of advertising on it, but on the site. But like, I mean, we're talking pennies.
Yes.
For the amount of work that he was putting in.
It was not nearly enough, and the work isn't necessarily the designing of the helmets. Making the helmet itself, once you have everything you need, takes it not that long. It's getting everything you need. The logos from coaches, enough pictures of the helmet to know that you're like doing the colors right and the stripes right and all that other stuff. That research is the bear. And it can become extremely frustrating when you're trying to get all the information and there are just schools or coaches who can't get back to you because they're too busy, and what's the priority with this? It's just a fan site. All that stuff. I think that's really what makes it frustrating in the end for him. Well, good news. We can help him with that because we have every coach's phone number. We have good relationships with those guys, and we have lots of fans who would love to help out too. So this is our way of reaching out to Matt and saying, we love you. We think this project's awesome, and to give Texas high school football fans a chance to enjoy it again. So we're taking submissions. Go to texasfootball.com/helmets. You'll find the helmet index there. You can look at helmets, search for your team. If the helmet is updated and everything looks good, well, guess what? You don't have to worry about it. If there's a new helmet or an old helmet that's not there and you want it on the site, just got to let us know. There's ways to reach out there. You can reach out to him via Gmail directly.
This is nuts.
And then we're going to be reaching out to coaches in the next month or so to get more updates from them, a little bit more categorized, a little bit easier and more organized. But this is something we want to do forever. I have to apologize to Matt because really, if I had nothing else to do, we could have had this up like a year ago. But because we have like 20,000 things to do all the time, I just haven't been able to do it. But we're finally there. There's a great Q&A with Matt on the site. I encourage, if you're a big football fan, you want to read it, you learn more about him. He's a guy who's kind of been behind the scenes for years in the Texas high school football world, and I think deserves a little bit more love. I've invited him to come on the show sometime if he gets bored and wants to. He hasn't said if he wants to. That's all right. The show is not necessarily something everyone wants to do. But like I said, it's a nod to someone who deserves it because for a lot of years he just kind of hid in the shadows and it was just kind of the site that everyone knew about. And then it got shut down and we all went, no!
Right. Everyone used it, but nobody actually, like, supported it,
right.
I'd say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Took it for granted.
Yes, that's
exactly.
Sure. That's
and we didn't want that to keep going on. We wanted it to come back, and we wanted to make sure that he had a presence and that he was appreciated for the work he was doing. And it was that simple. So it's back.
Man, this is nuts. Like, it really does.
Awesome.
It has, like, every I mean it. Yeah. Every helmet. Yeah. Think of the most random high school football team in the state. Just think of it. Now, go on texasfootball.com/helmets and search it. We've got the helmet.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
You can search by mascot. You can search by city. You can search,
let me search blizzards. Sure enough, there's winter's helmets.
Yeah. And Miziel brings up a great point. He's like, several schools have multiple helmets. All of them will be on there.
Yeah.
This is a big part of it too, right? Like Matt for years wanted to keep all that stuff updated, but it's really hard when a school has 3 helmets in one season and you can't get the logos or designs for any of them to make the helmet model. So I don't know that we'll have all of them, but we're going to be doing a lot better job than anyone's been able to, because we're going to be able to help Matt kind of round up all that information. And whatever he can do, you know, we'll get done. I can't guarantee we'll have every helmet, but we're going to have a heck of a lot more helmets than anyone else has ever had.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
And one of
that's just fun for fans.
One of the things that we wanted to do when we launched the new site is that this is in many respects like a community website, that like we are happy to just kind of gather everyone helping us out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like inevitably if the Plains Cowboys change their helmet, I'm going to look up. I'm going to make sure we have Plains helmets. Yes, we do. The Plains Cowboys. If they change their helmet in the past 3 years, I'm going to be honest. We probably don't know about it.
Yeah.
But you do.
Yeah.
And as a result, this can be a community project. And I think that if you talk with Bob McSpadden at Texas Bob, he'll tell you the same thing about them. He can't get to every stadium in the state.
Right.
And so he relies on people taking photos of new stadiums and sending them to him and stuff. It's a community. We're not, it's that's why the helmets are free to use. They're there for you. If you want to put them on a graphic, that's fine. We hope you'll credit TexasFootball.com and Matt Davenport, but they're there for you. And so it's supposed to be a community part of it. And so it's really, really cool. And I know that this has been in the making. You guys have been working together for like a year?
It's been a while. If you've noticed on the site, we definitely have more updated helmets. If you go to our team pages, TexasFootball.com/team, /whatever your team is, we've tried to keep the helmets updated there. And you'll see on a few schools, Matt has had some time to update some. In the meantime, that I've been able to kind of dig up the information for him so that he could do the graphics. I know like Gunter is a great example. We have the newest Gunter helmet with like the silvery chrome graphics on it. We're going to do a lot more stuff like that. So really, it's just, look, everything we do at Texas.
And the Lake Travis one has the right number of stars.
Yeah, right.
I was about to, if you look on the left of the Lake Travis one,
Alito,
all the way down the side for the history. So
if you go to the team pages, we've tried to archive them. So you'll see, like, if you go to Lake Travis, they do have, like, all the Lake Travis helmets that we have. We're going to do that for more teams. We just haven't had time yet. But it's just everything about Dave Campbell's Texas Football, TexasFootball.com is about the community of Texas football. This show, Texas Football Today, is about the community of high school football and college football in Texas. And this is just another way to bring everyone together for a new fun thing that we all like. So my thanks to Matt for being up for it, right? Like, he could have just thrown in the towel and been like, you know what, it's not worth it to me. It was a fun time, but he's got a family, he's busy. But, we were like, hey, we can make this work. So we're excited to bring it back. If anyone has suggestions from helmets to different ways it can be organized or wants to help with something, I'm all ears. I'm here for you. Let's hear it. But But number one, first and foremost, just excited to have it back, and big thanks to Matt Davenport for deciding it was still worth his time.
It was very, very cool. So we appreciate everyone who put this all together.
I want to say that too. Big shout out to our developers at Select Interactive. Jeremy, the designer, Jeremy Burton, who I work with, he came up with this design, and it's just a really quick search, right? There's all the helmets on one page. You type in a team, and all of a sudden, boom, it's just they're right there in front of you. That's a really great user experience, so I love that too.
So there you go. TexasFootball.com/helmets, you nerds.